Welcome to upstate New York, Syracuse University, and under the dome today we have a terrific clash in store. Today we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a team looking for its first win, the North Carolina Tar Heels. Taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Syracuse Orange. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Syracuse will kick off and we'll be underway. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. Line gets set, first down. Movement here from the tight end. From the gun, the running back has it. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. There's always that issue of conference pride, of keeping up, of proving your worth on this stage, and the ACC loves to get a chance at the SEC to do just that.
And these kids grow up in the same area. And you don't think the ACC teams hear all the time, SEC, about the dominance, the draft picks, all the stuff that goes with it. It definitely adds some of that fire. It makes you want to beat them more. I love these big-time games.
Yeah, they really do, David. And I think this is one of those games where if you're the ACC team and your players...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
And this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number one, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
He gets a block. And the returner is stopped. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running behind that left side. The ball squirts free. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
And as a defense, you just want to steal some possessions, create some turnovers. You force the fumble. Man, what a break for the offense to fall back on it. Those are moments that you just get a little bit frustrated because it's the luck of a bounce.
The drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. Handoff to the lone back. He showed off the stiff arm, but apparently he needed a couple more. A lot of defenders around to stop him.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He rifles one deep to the left. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Buys a little extra time. He'll let it go down the right side. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Syracuse. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it 7-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, went after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
Coming after him. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. He lost one down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. And the Tar Heels send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And he loses the football.
All right, let's go return, guys. You've got to do a better job with ball security. You know these coverage unit teams, they got 50-yard runs at you. They're coming in with a big head of steam. If you're not making a miss, you've got to have 2 hands on the ball.
The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again. A shot toward the end zone. It's complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Orange. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on first down. They're bringing heat. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. The Tar Heels will bring the punt team onto the field. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Syracuse offense heads back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they
sent it downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, the defense watched film last week. They saw this running back catch multiple passes, and that hasn't been the case today. They are clamping down on him, always aware of him, especially in the passing game, and so far they've taken him away.
Looking for a gap. It's James. They'll give him 4 on that one. It's 3rd and 6. Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd down, going up top. Fires on the move. He's open on the right. Got room at the 35. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Gets open down the middle. Obliterates him, still on the move. And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
That's caught. It's James. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
What a first quarter for this offense. A chance to score again on 1st and goal. Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6. 2nd and goal for the offense. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He works his way ever closer, all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this is the area of the field where you need a really good back. You can depend on, you can give him the football. He's going to hit a little crease and just lower his shoulder, be physical, be powerful. You saw last week he got a rushing touchdown. I look for this offense to continue to feed him and maybe get him another one today.
Quarterback keeper. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Cuse. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And I tell you what, Reese, I'm not picking a team unless I got a guy that can do something like this at the quarterback spot. I need an athlete. I need a little bit of mobility. It just dictates too much to the defense. QB runs in for 6.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got...
Fires into traffic, picked off. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Syracuse. How about that D coming up with a play like that? Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee, and they'll bring it to the 25. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Maybe they learned something from their opening script of plays, David, but other than that, this has been an abject disaster.
And I think they learned what not to do. I mean, this has been an abject disaster. They haven't done anything right, offense, defense. Palmer, this one's ugly, and it's still early.
Yeah, I'd normally say, well, it's first quarter, just don't worry about it, there's time, but this is the worst start you possibly could have had. So they need to score a touchdown right here.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. Wants to go up top. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. And the Tar Heels will line up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And he fakes it. He's going to throw it. And he makes the catch. Now can he get to the sticks?
Man, everybody loves a fake punt until it doesn't work. And how about the defense? Great job being aware, not falling asleep. That's what happens. A lot of times you fall asleep, you give up a big play, give up the first down. They were dialing in, they were ready, and they stopped the guy just short of the first down.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They go to the ground. Shakes off the tackler. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
He'll try to power it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Orange. And at this point, they're just rubbing their noses in it.
There's nothing positive to be able to take away from this. You got beat down, move on to the next game. Start working on the next opponent. This one's over.
And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. Give to the running back. Jukes his way for more. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking to throw on third. He'll pull it down. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. The Tar Heels are in the hurry-up.
Great players like this just do a good job of making you pay. And if you want to drop back and play coverage, that's fine. He can scramble around, buy time, beat you down the field. But if nothing's open, boom. I take it and easily get a first down, make a big play, just make it a headache for the defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. A first down for the offense. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's picked off. Got room on the return. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play. On first down, here comes this offense. Handoff to the lone back.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll give it to the back. Trucks through the defender. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right up the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big gain.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Using his legs, it's James. Still running at the 40.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Syracuse ready to go to work with another first down. Quick touch pass to the receiver.
Well, you got to give the defense a lot of credit on this play because they were doing a nice job understanding who had the football and where they were. So a nice job by the defense rallying around that ball carrier and now not giving up the first down.
Syracuse doing business in the red zone. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the...
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cuse. I mean, the way this team has dominated this game, impressive to say the least.
And it's cool now because you're kicking the crud out of them so bad, you start to put the backups in and all them get to get juice and get to get some playing time, get some feel good. And the other side, well, they're just taking it right to the face.
Going for the return. He'll be brought down quickly. That's always the risk when you bring it out of the end zone. Do you make it to the 25 or not? This case, not. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety. They'll boot it away from their own 20 after taking the safety.
And you just have to have better field awareness if you're on offense. They're understanding that, A, you're in the offense, and B, where that back line is, David. That is not good news taking a safety.
No, and you want to make a play, and you want to make something happen, but you got to realize where you're at on the field. He doesn't do that, and guess what? Cost his team 2 points.
Going up top on 1st down. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's going to run it. Turns it on in midfield. Running toward the tape. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the 1st down before he steps out of bounds. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Tar Heels will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And the returner will be knocked down. The Orange have the ball back and ready to go to work.